What's up, everybody? You got the Car Man's channel. This is part 2. We did a headlight by hand with the mother's plastic, and you know, I gotta say, it turned out really nice. I cannot complain. I mean, it did a great job. But what I'm trying to do is figure out what it's going to be like with the DeWalt. I mean, I'm gonna put a buffer on it and see what we can actually do. But before I actually get started with that, this one, of course, is non-touched. And if you look over there, you can see one that is done. So that's done. And this, of course, is not done. Alright, so I think it's fair. Let me make sure I got you a pretty good view. I want to make sure we get the whole thing there. That's good enough. Alright, so first things first, we want to make sure we don't have anything just sitting on it. And I just cleaned my wool pad, so I got a little bit of debris everywhere. So I popped the hood so it wouldn't be in the way of the orbital buffer. And I'm going to put a little bit of protection down for the mothers. Now, this is not Mother's aluminum polish that they're so famous for. This is strictly for plastic. And you can use it for your tail lights, man. It does great jobs if you got a Jeep with a hard yellowing back glasses. I call them glasses, but they're made out of plastic and they get really dull. Then just an awesome product. But my curiosity is to see what happens with a buffer, because I got a feeling this buffer is going to make this really, really good and nice, quick job. And the reason I got the tape down, I don't really think it's going to hurt the paint, but the only way you can be 100% sure on every car is just to be safer than sorry. You will need some eyeglass protection. Anytime you're dealing with a sander that kind of speed or buffer, you know, there's always a possibility of a little bit of something getting on there and shooting up in your eye, or catching something and hitting, you know, just anything can happen, so we want to be safe about that. The next thing I think that would be relevant is talk about the speed of the actual buffer. I'm not going to go high. I won't go higher than about 1800 RPMs. I am going to just go ahead and be pretty generous with this. That's more than you'll probably ever need, but I just want to give it a good coat because I want to make sure that I'm well, I just knock something down while I'm talking to you guys. I just want to make sure I'm giving it a nice fair shake. Alright, let's double check again. Let's see how we look in the monitor. Alright, I think we're looking good. I'll try to stay out of the picture, and we'll just see what happens. Now, you always want to... Alright, I'm checking my RPMs right now. I almost started it at 6,000 or whatever. So I'm going to back it down to about 1,800, but I'm not even going to do that. I'm just going to worry about lathering it in there just a little bit. And, you know, when you're dealing with stuff that's got cutters like this in here, you see where this wool pad right here where it's touching that paint, if it's too aggressive of a cutter, it can actually take the paint off of that car. Of course, that's not the cutter's fault. It's going to be more about the machine's fault. I definitely see an improvement. Pretty quick. This is no time lapse or no editing, so I'm going to up the speed. I'm going to pull the pressure off and just kind of let her go on it. Nice. Not pressing down too hard. Seems to get a pretty good result. sure I get all the edges. And of course, the longer you buff, the shinier she gets. Now the last thing you want to do is come on too hard or go too fast, because you can actually grind inside the surface here, which is going to be counterproductive to what you want to do. Now, as like a little bonus, let me tell you what else I do to this guy. Anytime I do these, and I haven't done it to the other one yet because I was waiting to see what the results were, but I always put a little bit of wax on these guys. Alright, so let's see how she looks in the old camera monitor. Okay, I'd have to say she looks pretty astonishing. Okay, cool. So I'm going to go ahead and let me seal it with some wax real quick. I don't know what they're going to charge at your local shop to do this, but this product Mothers is fairly inexpensive, and like I said, by looking at the other light, which now looking at them together, the one I just did with the machine has definitely got more polish. More of a polished look. This is what I always use. I always use the gold class. Some type of carnauba. When you wax your car, it's always good to wax the lights too. That's what I do. Alright. So I kind of put that sucker in there. And you know, it helps you remove any kind of residue that was left too. That's the other thing I like about it. So we're just kind of digging this old stuff off. I'm kind of using this as a cleaner as well as a wax. I'm just making sure that I'm completely smooth. I've definitely got wax on it already. I'm just kind of making sure that I don't have any residue from the Mothers left on there. I don't think that I do. Okay, so I would do that, and then all I have to do is buff it off. So it should take just a second. Doesn't really take all that long, because all you're really looking for is like at a microscopic level to bond. So she's going to be there pretty quick. I see it hazing right now. So let's see what happens. And what the wax does too, anytime that there's something that is, even though you don't catch it on the naked eye, if there is a small pit, and I mean small, it's going to backfill it up and give you the shine. Remember, a shine is just a reflective surface that's flat. So if the wax will fill in what the polish hasn't made smooth, you're even going to have more of a shine. So there you are, guys. That's exactly what I can do with that. This is Mothers. Like I said, it's for PowerPlastic for lights, and that's what it's designed to do. And I'm going to have to say it lives up to its name. I would say it's as easy, if not even a bit easier, than the McGuire stuff I've used, Turtle. It's as good as any of it. I mean, and it's an inexpensive price point. It's good stuff. I don't know about its longevity, but let me show you this, because we looked at the machine versus hand. So this is a machine. Now let's go back and look at the hand. I'm going to go ahead and pick the tripod up. So this right here does look good, but when you come over, and maybe you can't even hardly pick it up, but I mean, that right there just looks brand new out of the factory. And don't get me wrong, by hand, I mean, I'm looking at them by hand, This is a lot better than it was. But you can clearly tell this versus that. So I'm going to say if you got to go by hand, go ahead. It will improve your case. If you can do a machine, it's going to take it to the next level, which is what we're all about in the Car Man channel. Peace out. Nothing but love from the RVA. Hope we earned a sub today. We will see you on our next video as we prepare to take over the world by storm on YouTube. See ya.